Muribwanji, I greet you all in the name of Jesus. And today we're going to discuss a very interesting topic which is also controversial during the times in which we are living in. So if it was on another day and if it was another television channel, we're going to have a reading that will be going below the screen saying breaking news, because today we're going to discuss a very, very important topic which is also controversial. So today we're going to discuss about the COVID-19 vaccine. So I want us to understand what vaccination is all about and what happens when we are given this vaccine. So it's a broad topic and I'm going to divide it into two topics, into two parts. I'm going to present part 1 today and I'm going to present part 2 tomorrow. So you don't want to miss out. Tell a friend to tell a friend and don't miss out on this interesting discussion about COVID-19 vaccination. So first of all, I want to explain what how our bodies react when we get an infection. So let's say today I get COVID-19, I get infected by COVID-19 somewhere. In the body, we have cells that are meant to fight infection, and they are divided into different special groups. So the first cells which are going to react are your macrophages and your neutrophils. These ones will come and try to eat the virus or whatever is causing an infection in the body, and they will try to digest it so that it clears out the infection. But as days progress, other cells will be recruited. For example, the B lymphocytes, the B cells, and the T cells will also come into play, trying to fight very hard against this COVID-19, which is being recognized as a foreign thing because our bodies were not designed to have COVID-19 in them. So as days go by, this happens over a long time, and then when we finally get to clear off the infection, for example, easier bacteria that are easy to deal with, like your influenza and other bacteria that we encounter in the environment, when they are encountered, when we have cleared them off, we'll develop what we call immunity. So this is when we clear off an infection, but then the body will remember that we have encountered influenza, we have encountered such infections, such that the next time we encounter the same organism in the environment, we won't become sick, but actually we will be able to fight the infection faster and quicker than the first time we were exposed to the infection. So this is how our body naturally reacts to a pathogen or an exogenous something when it comes into our bodies that is not supposed to be there. So vaccination is when we try to expose your body to certain parts of a bacteria, of a virus, or any other pathogen, so that when you then encounter that same pathogen, you won't get sick. So for example, with COVID-19, we'll give you COVID-19 vaccine before you get COVID-19, such that when you then encounter COVID-19, your body has been taught to fight against COVID-19. So we have many different vaccines that are on the market. Some of them are mRNA viruses, vaccines, I mean. Some of them are vector vaccines, and some of them, they use the inactivated form of COVID-19 virus so that your body will develop an immune response against it. And some of them use protein subunits. Okay, so I'm going to discuss quickly how these vaccines all work. So the mRNA viruses are, for example, your Pfizer and your Moderna. These viruses will go into our cells and use the cell machinery in our bodies to make a protein. But this protein is not part of the normal proteins that we found in our bodies. It is called the spike protein. So this mRNA will use the cell machinery of the human body to make this spike protein, and then this spike protein will be expressed on the cells of a human being. But then the body will know that something is wrong, this is not supposed to be here, and then it will try to attack the spike protein, and in the process will develop the memory cells, which will then fight COVID-19 whenever we encounter COVID-19 in the air. We also have inactivated COVID-19 viruses vaccine, which are your Sinovac and your Sinopharm. So these viruses, they made the virus and then inactivated it in viral cells. So when we inject these into your body, the cells, the immune cells, the macrophages, the B cells, and the T cells will fight against the inactivated virus. But this will not cause infection, but it will only help your body to prepare for infection in case you become infected by the COVID-19 virus. Then we also have the protein subunits, in which they take a certain component of the virus or a certain protein, and then they inject it in you, and then you mount the same immune response as I've alluded to the other vaccines. And then we also have the vector virus. The vector virus is a little bit different from the ones that I have discussed before. So in the vector virus, they find a different virus. For example, they are using the adenovirus in most of these vector vaccines. So they will take adenovirus, and then inside adenovirus, they will inject certain components of COVID-19. So when we inject this adenovirus, which has COVID-19, parts of COVID-19 inside it, you also mount an immune response against the COVID-19, which is inside the adenovirus. So what are we saying? If you get vaccinated, you are teaching your body to fight off COVID-19 before you get it, such that when you get COVID, you get exposed to COVID-19, you'll be in a better position to fight it off faster and quicker and more effective than a person who is unvaccinated. So this is part one of the topic. In the next part, don't miss out tomorrow. We are going to discuss more about the myths that have been said about the COVID-19 viruses that are on the market. Thank you.